Oh yeah, there's a rich red wood at a frame. This door would seem so utterly simple if it weren't for the bright flowers painted all around it. The cheery sunset sits behind a frosted window. Above the door itself is a large circular area. In the middle sits like a clock. You stand for a moment, listening to the tick-tick-tick before you grab the flat handle, push it down, and the door swings open.
You had a fun day of getting to know one another and exploring the town that has really shown visible signs of recovery from the dark days of a couple of years ago. Everything is bright and exciting, and as you head towards this prepared sleigh, you're filled with optimism over the adventure you're about to take. This goodwill venture to some of the other lands in an effort to raise Christmas spirit. You were given a missive that explains to you your first journey will be to the land of sweets. A sleigh is prepared for all of you with a hookup for Hally. While she will be the only deer pulling the sleigh, it will be magically reinforced so she's not like dragging the weight of like 3 people and all of their gear. But it is prepared and it glows a little with the bright shiny red of like a new wagon or a fire truck. That particular gleam of a new Christmas toy illuminated by the lights on a tree. There's a magic to it. You all arrive in the morning, geared up and ready to go.
I don't even think Hally shows up like looking put together. I think she's got like a cowlick from where she slept on one side.
A deer lick.
A deer lick.
G.U.M.D.R.O.P slept. He doesn't sleep, right? But he turned himself off, put himself in his resting state at the site where we're meeting. He's got the nunchucks tucked inside the bracers, and he just stood in the corner.
What kind of charger does he use? Is it like a USB-C or...?
It's magic. Yeah, it's just a wireless charger, but he calls it magic.
He just has to like stick his butt on like one of those remote wireless charging stations.
Mm-hmm.
Before she left her house that morning, Cedar, she meticulously packed everything, made sure it looked beautiful and perfect because Grandma would have no less. She folded everything, tied nice little bows around all of her clothes and socks and accoutrements. And then as she's headed out the door with her pack over her shoulder, she grabs the photo that Grandma took of her meeting Spruce for the first time and just looks at it for a second and sets it back down on the table by the door and heads out.
I said you could play Spruce's daughter. I didn't say you could just emotionally eviscerate me every single time she said or did anything.
You knew what was coming.
I did, but still, oh my god, my heart.
Before Jack leaves his house, he'll lean down to Mary and say, Mary?
Yes, Papa?
Don't drink too much frozen hot chocolate. 4 glasses a day is enough. If you need more, ask your father. And Cole, do not throw any snowballs at your sister. You want presents from Uncle Spruce? No snowballs at your sister. Throw them at the other kids. And then looks at Frosty and he'll say, I'm going to be back soon. We got to do it.
You're right. I know, but please be safe.
I will. And a kiss for Frosty. And he'll hold his hand a little long as he's walking away and then let it go.
The 3 of them are going to wave to him as he heads out of the house. It's going to be like that shot you see where it's the spouse and both kids all waving in the doorway. And then you do the turn and the final wave, and almost exclusively seen in music videos and war movies.
Well, this is a war movie, maybe.
So, Hally, you are geared up and equipped on to the sleigh, ready to go. You can feel your feet sort of buzzing with the magic, ready to prance on the air. Now, Hally and Jack both have experience in flying. I do not believe Cedar nor Gum-D.R.O.P do. So I need to know how everyone reacts once Hally takes off and the sleigh begins to ascend into the sky.
Oh, what are you doing? Hold on. Hey. Whoa. It's that for however long we're in the air.
The ground is that way. The ground is that way.
It's a long jump. You're jumping really high.
Can't stop.
I'm not.
We gotta keep going. We'll fall if we stop.
Oh, well. Keep going then.
Cedar is holding on in front of her and just like trying to smile as big as possible because, Grandpa told her it's going to be scary at first. So she's just like white knuckling the front of the sleigh.
Gum-D.R.O.P is taking up the whole back seat and holding both sides of the sleigh.
The journey, thankfully, is smooth. The sky is clear. The journey is lovely. You can see the land beneath you just skimming by. Images of green and blue and white. Everything seems quite well. After a while, you begin to smell the scent of cotton candy. The smell of, hot sugar and flavorings. Apples and cinnamon, brown sugar, baked goods. The smell of chocolate. All of it kind of hangs into the air into this sort of intoxicating, dizzying sort of aroma. Hally began pitching down. You've been in the air for about 8-9 hours all told, and you touch down. The land beneath your feet looks like snow, but it crunches differently and feels softer. As you lift your hoof, you can see that it sticks in a different kind of way. You have landed in what appears to be a drift of powdered sugar. It seems to have fallen from the sky, and as you look around at all of the buildings, you see beautiful candy towers, like those unicorn horn lollipops, sort of sticking straight into the sky. You can see homes built in an old style of gingerbread house. Everything around you looks edible, and everything has been dusted with a fine layer of powdered sugar. Ambling towards you, holding a large wooden staff, appears to be about a 2-foot-tall teddy bear. He has a large mustache and what appears to be a monocle. He's been stitched together a little bit here and there, and you can see that he also has a little plaid bow tie in the Christmas plaid of red and green. He kind of ambles towards you, struggling a little to get through the powdered sugar, and is waving, excited to see you. It's clear that he has been sent to meet you, as a couple of his attendants behind him, people and creatures of various species and backgrounds, surround him. He waves as you touch down.
As we get off the sled and he's walking to meet us, I'll meet him and kind of bow when I get there. And I'll say, "Hello, I'm Jack Frost, Great Old One of the North Pole. We were sent here as ambassadors."
It is truly wonderful to meet you. It is I, Theodore Bear, leader of the Land of Sweets. I have been expecting you for some time, good friend. He, pats you on the shoulder. His hand is very soft and fuzzy. Please allow us to free your friend from the trappings of your sleigh. Come, we can eat. You must be starving.
Yeah, that would be great.
Wonderful. Please, friends. 2 creatures that appear to be made of some form of wrapped candy run up and begin to disconnect Hally from the sleigh, allowing her to be free once more to prance without scaring the ever-loving life out of Gum-D.R.O.P and Cedar.
During this whole very polite diplomatic speech and all that, there's just a backdrop of Gum-D.R.O.P dry heaving and screaming on his knees, his hands and knees in the powdered sugar.
Cedar's just standing there trying to look very prim and proper with her arms crossed behind her back, standing straight and awaiting orders. Trying to be a good emissary.
think when Hallie's getting freed from the sleigh, she's kind of like trying to do that thing where she's standing, but she's turning to like look and like sniff at these little like candy guys that are getting her out of it. But once she's freed, I think she's just gonna kind of loop back around over to G.U.M.D.R.O.P and just be like, "You okay?
Oh, I did that.
Flying? No, flying's great.
Oh, if you say so." And then he gets up.
I mean, we don't have to like the same things. It's okay."
So, Theodore Bear and the attendants that he have brought take you onto yet another sleigh, but this one stays firmly on the ground as it darts in towards the city proper. You travel through these glittering, sugared streets. Everything is very confectionery. You can see that the fences that are built are made of hard candy. The cobblestone streets are not so much cobblestone as they are rock candy, sealed with some kind of marzipan as a mortar. You travel down until you reach a park. The sleigh loops in, and you see, laid across the top, an area has been cleared of some of the powdered sugar snow, and a large blanket has been laid out. The feast that is on top of this blanket is, for the most part, on the sugary side, but it offers things like cheeses, fruits, bread, an array of different candies, sweets, Turkish delight, fudge, and big, large jugs of lemonade and milk and water. A couple of tea sets are set around. You can see the steam rising from the spouts. They're different, charming displays of different kinds of patterns and porcelain and china. And you can see, darting around, trying to get everything set up, are a couple of other plush people. Bears, mostly, some bunnies, some cats, some puppies. But ultimately, it is very clear that what has been set before you is in fact a teddy bear picnic. Theodore Bear is going to get down from the sleigh and kind of lope back towards the picnic. I know it's not quite as formal as you might be expecting from where you are in the North Pole, but this is often how we greet our guests here.
It looks wonderful, and I prefer this over the formality.
Oh, I am not one for formality either, friend. I believe we will get along famously. Tally-ho!
Tally-ho!
Cedar had started walking around the table looking for her name tag, but then when she hears it's not formal, she's like, "Oh, sweet," and just like sits down at a chair.
G.U.M.D.R.O.P has regained his composure, jumps out of the sleigh and runs over and just, like, everyone else seems to be sitting, so he also sits. But the seats are too small, so his knees are, like, above the table.
It's like when adults go to, like, their kindergarten children's, like, you know, parent-teacher conference. They have to sit in the kindergarten seats.
It's exactly like that.
Perfect. Brings me joy. Please, help yourselves. I'm so excited to hear what brings you. I know that you are on a goodwill mission, but I'm excited to speak with you further.
Yeah, we're here to make sure everything with the Christmas spirit is like it should be. Have you all been experiencing any kind of issues?
You know, it's funny you should ask. And he's going to kind of like ruffle his mustache a little bit in sort of a pensive sort of way. You see, while things are quite well here in the Land of Sweets, I've noted that the spirit here hasn't generated what it should be. It's odd. But truthfully, here in the Land of Sweets, we are fortunate to have at least what we need, if not more than that. We are doing quite well here. I actually myself was originally from the Land of Gifts Ungiven. I'm very fortunate that the people here have embraced me as a commanding force and a leader. It's an honor to serve the Land of Sweets. Now, my original homeland, unfortunately, I can't say the same. but it could just be that they're closer to the city of Coal.
Does the city of Coal bring the spirits down for the lands of gifts ungiven? Does it affect it pretty harshly?
Sir, I'm not sure how familiar you are with the city of Coal, but it's a rather bleak place. The lands of gifts ungiven is, as well, a bit of a bittersweet land. As you can imagine, I tried to remedy that with my second home. But no, it is... The land of gifts ungiven would do well for your ambassadorship, but I must be truly honest with you, friend. As softly as I speak, I always try to be straightforward, and I believe that the city of Coal is beyond help.
Well, that's unfortunate, because it is on our list of places to visit. So we're hoping we could change it.
Yeah, they'll be alright soon. We're gonna go there.
I value and admire your moxie. He's going to pour himself a little cup of tea. You notice that when he pours it originally, nothing comes out. It's like when a child is at a tea party and they pour from the thing and nothing comes up. But you do notice that despite nothing coming from the teapot, his mug is filling. He takes a sip and kind of wiggles his mustache again. I admire your moxie, I truly do, friends. It's interesting, though. As I said before, I would think that we would have more magic generated by the spirit that we have here, but it seems that we are able to meet our needs, and just that.
Maybe we can help with that.
If you have ideas, He waggles his little ears. All ears, friend.
Do you all have, in the north... Do you all have, a spring of magic here, where your magic comes from?
That would be the Candy Cane Forest for us.
Maybe that should be our first place we check.
Yeah, okay.
Please, rest. You can check that in the morning. I imagine your journey's made you very tired. Especially you, young miss. He gestures towards Hally.
Hally, who's got half of a whole sweet tray in her mouth, and she's bleh, spits it all back out. Yeah. But we could go to the Forest of Peppermint. Peppermint's good. I like peppermint. We could go there. That's all she caught from Jack. She's just looking at him now is that good? Is that right? Did I do it good? Are we going to the forest? Is that what you wanted?
He gives her a wink and a nod, slyly. Good job.
Yeah, it was good moxie. He looks around to make sure that he got it right.
I don't know who Moxie is.
Cedar's just giving him a thumbs up. She has no idea if that's right, because Moxie's not something that Grandma and Grandpa regularly say.
G.U.M.D.R.O.P tries to return the thumbs up, but it's just a hand. No thumb.
Powerpuff Girl rules. The dinner goes on pretty informally, but you all chat casually and happily. As the sun begins to lower over the horizon, Theodore waves his arm. Allow me to get my attendant to get you to your special resting space. We've prepared a few rooms for you. He gestures, and an enormous creature that resembles a reindeer and is belled out like it is a reindeer begins to approach, but there's something about it that is decidedly not reindeer-like. Its antlers are huge and cup-like. Its mouth doesn't have a snoot the way that you would expect a reindeer. It's got more of this overhang, fleshy sort of mouth. It has this big, heavy brow, and it is way bigger than any deer you've ever seen.
Oh, hey, big fella.
He kind of bows his head. Good evening.
Oh, he talks. That's pretty cool.
Might I escort you to your rooms? And he's going to lower one of his legs and sort of half bow in the moosey fashion.
Cedar puts her hands behind her back and does a little small bow back and says, yes, please, that would be quite lovely.
He's going to begin slowly churning and sort of clomping towards the city proper, taking you to one of the buildings that is made of glittering sugar candy. It's not transparent, but you can see shapes and stuff kind of move beyond the walls of this space. As you walk in, you can see the rooms are prepared for you to be a little bit less sticky, for lack of a better term. The beds, though they are carved out of various forms of candy, have been laid with proper bedding. Real pillows, real blankets, real sheets. They have sort of the scratchiness of your grandmother's quilts and sheets that she laid out for company. They have this sort of flannel feel to them. They're soft, but they do scratch a teeny tiny bit. Each of you has a fireplace prepared and a large pitcher and basin on the side table. It's comfortable, if not luxurious. The moose turns to you. Is there anything else I could do for you?
I think Hallie's been tailing him, like staring up at his antlers in just huge form, and is just being like tailing him in awe. And then, like, when he asks that question, she's like, "How do I get antlers like you? That's so cool. I want to do that."
Oh, you are quite lovely, miss. But you are a reindeer. Very special breed from the North Pole. I myself am a bull moose. We are different, you and I, though we do share very stately antlers.
So I just gotta believe harder. I just gotta try harder.
Bull moose looks over at Jack.
Let her have this one.
Of course.
Cool.
By your leave, ladies and gentlemen.
I'll do the same bow that Cedar did.
He clops off, leaving all of you in a quiet space alone between the four of you.
Hally, maybe you should try to race him.
Oh, I could go way faster for sure, right?
Right. Yeah, but he's got long legs.
So should I raise him right now?
Well, he's not far. It's up to you.
Okay. All right, I'm doing it. And Hally will take off after him.
G.U.M.D.R.O.P is bouncing back and forth on his legs like he really wants to go race. Jack, you think I could... should I race too? You think? Maybe I should also do it?
I don't see why not.
I think it'd be a good idea. You think it's a good idea?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he runs like really, really fast to catch up.
Well, what about you, Cedar?
I don't think I'm that fast, but like I do want to see this. So should we go and catch up with them?
Yeah, let's do that.
Nice.
As we leave, I'm going to cast Gust to put out my fire so it can cool off before I get back.
Reasonable and fair. You notice as you leave that as you're thinking about it, the snow that's falling is sugar. It's not as cold here as you would have preferred. Also, before we wrap on everyone heading towards this fun race adventure, I would like everyone to know that the max land speed of a bull moose is 35 miles an hour. The max land speed of a reindeer is 50!
Oh.
What a great day.